The Leader's Shadow: Why Your Leadership Matters More Than Ever. Small and medium businesses are the heart of our economy. They are where dreams take shape. But today, in late 2025, that heart is under immense pressure. Change is no longer a distant storm. It is the very air we breathe. New technologies arise overnight. New markets open and close just as fast. New ways of working demand new ways of connecting. In this whirlwind, the leader of a small or medium enterprise is not just a manager. You are the anchor. You are the compass. Your actions, your words, your presence cast a long shadow over your entire team, influencing everything from daily mood to long-term success. Why does your leadership matter so profoundly right now? It's simple. People look to leaders for a sense of safety and direction. When the world feels uncertain, a steady hand provides calm. When the path forward is foggy, a clear voice provides hope. This is not just a feeling. It has a real, measurable impact on the bottom line. Research from Gallup provides a stark number to prove this point. Businesses with highly engaged employees see a staggering 21% greater profitability. Engagement is not a happy accident. It is the direct result of good leadership. It is the outcome of leaders who show up, listen, and build trust every single day. The 4 storms: navigating the modern SME battlefield. Leaders of small and medium enterprises are not just steering a ship. They are navigating through a convergence of 4 powerful storms. Storm 1: technological acceleration. Every week feels like a new AI tool, a new software platform, a new digital gadget promising to revolutionize how we work. For an SME leader, the challenge is immense. Not just buying the latest tech, discerning which tools add real value versus which are noise, leading the team through steep learning curves, integrating tools without losing the human touch. Storm 2: how and where we work has radically shifted. Remote work is now permanent. Hybrid work is now permanent. Flexibility brings profound leadership challenges. How do you build and sustain a strong, cohesive culture when teams are scattered? How do you ensure communication flows freely? How do you prevent isolation or people feeling left out? Leaders must become architects of connection, intentionally designing rituals and routines, fostering belonging and shared purpose, even across digital divides. Storm 3: the rising tide of burnout and employee exhaustion. Constant pressure to do more with less. Blurred lines between work and home. The stress of a fast-changing world. Leaders can no longer ignore mental and emotional well-being. The role expands to include caregiver responsibilities. Be attuned to signs of stress. Promote healthy work-life boundaries. Create a culture where it's safe to ask for help. Storm 4: market volatility. Customer preferences shift faster than ever. Supply chains remain unpredictable. New competitors can appear from anywhere, instantly. The Leader's Toolkit: essential skills for 2025 and beyond. To navigate the 4 storms, a 2025 leader needs more than just traditional management skills. You need a modern toolkit filled with capabilities suited for this new era. The first and most critical tool is agility. Agility is the ability to move quickly and easily, to think and understand fast. For a leader, this means fostering a culture of experimentation. It's about breaking down big projects into small, manageable tests, learning from small failures, gathering data, and changing course without ego or delay. As studies by firms like McKinsey have shown, agile organizations respond to market changes far faster, which for an SME can be the key to outmaneuvering larger, more cumbersome competitors. The second essential tool is profound emotional intelligence, EQ. EQ is the capacity to be aware of one's emotions, control one's emotions, express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically. A leader with high EQ listens more than they talk. They seek to understand the unspoken concerns of their team. They build trust not through authority, but through vulnerability and genuine care. In a hybrid world, EQ is what allows you to read the digital room, to sense when an employee is disengaging, and to offer support that is both timely and meaningful. It is the glue that holds a team together during times of high stress and uncertainty. A third tool, which works hand in hand with EQ, is the practice of inclusive decision-making. The old model of the lone genius leader making all the calls from the top is broken. The challenges we face are too complex for any one person to solve. An inclusive leader actively seeks out diverse perspectives. They create forums where the quietest voice in the room feels empowered to speak up. This isn't just about being nice. It's about making smarter, more robust decisions. These skills can feel abstract, so let's make them real with a story and clear examples. Imagine a small marketing agency struggling to keep up with new AI-powered content creation tools. The team is anxious, worried that their jobs are at risk. A traditional manager might simply mandate a new software and expect everyone to adapt. But an agile, emotionally intelligent leader does something different. She holds a team meeting, not to announce a decision, but to ask questions. What are you all hearing about these tools? What excites you? What worries you? She listens, validating their fears instead of dismissing them. This is authentic leadership in action. This leader then frames the challenge not as a threat, but as an opportunity for growth. She suggests a small, low-risk experiment. Let's form a small AI task force for 2 weeks, she proposes. Their mission is to test 3 different tools on a past project and report back on what they learn. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This is agility in practice. By turning the problem into a collaborative project, she empowers her team. They are no longer passive victims of change. They are active participants in shaping their future. This democratic approach builds ownership and transforms fear into curiosity. Now, consider the story of Amazon. It's a giant today, but it started as a small online bookseller with a bold idea. A core part of its early success and its continued growth has been a leadership principle they call disagree and commit. This is inclusive decision-making institutionalized. Leaders are expected to seek out different views and encourage healthy debate. However, once a decision is made, everyone is expected to commit fully to making it successful, even if they originally disagreed. An SME leader can adopt a simpler version of this, actively solicit debate during a meeting, but once a path is chosen, ask everyone to rally behind it for the good of the team. These examples show that modern leadership is about small, consistent actions, not grand, heroic gestures. You shape the emotional culture of your workplace. You are the one who sets the tone, who defines what is possible, and who inspires people to bring their best selves to work. In the turbulent landscape of 2025, your leadership is the single most powerful asset your business possesses. It is the ultimate competitive advantage. SME leaders must embrace constant motion, have the courage to abandon failing plans, have the agility to pivot based on real-time feedback, cultivate continuous learning, make decisions with incomplete information, steering the business through choppy economic waters with foresight and flexibility. It's about coaching your team members to find their own answers instead of providing them all yourself. For instance, when an employee comes to you with a problem, try responding with, "That's a tough one. What are a couple of options you've considered?" This simple coaching question builds critical thinking and problem-solving skills throughout your organization, making the entire team stronger and more resilient. Each of these small steps helps build a culture of trust, agility, and shared ownership. There is no single correct leadership style. The best leaders are adaptable, drawing from different approaches depending on the situation and the needs of their team. Understanding these styles gives you a palette to choose from. One of the most powerful for today's climate is servant leadership. The servant leader sees their primary role as serving the needs of their team. They ask, "What do you need to do your best work?" and then focus on removing obstacles and providing resources. This style builds trust and loyalty, especially in remote environments where employees need support and autonomy. Another highly effective approach is democratic leadership. The democratic leader invites the team into decision-making. This fosters engagement and ownership. People are more committed to executing a plan they helped create, perfect for complex problem-solving with diverse perspectives. It can be the critical difference between thriving and merely surviving. It can be the fuel that powers innovation when resources are tight. It represents the discretionary effort your team gives when they believe in the mission and feel valued by their leader. A good leader unlocks this potential. They create an environment where people feel safe enough to take risks, to voice a dissenting opinion, or to try a new, unproven idea. This psychological safety is the fertile ground from which resilience and growth spring, helping your business weather any storm. Think about it this way: your team's capacity to cope and adapt is a direct reflection of your own. If you approach challenges with fear and rigidity, your team will mirror that behavior. But if you approach them with curiosity and courage, you give your team permission to do the same. You shape the emotional culture of your workplace. You are the one who sets the tone, who defines what is possible, and who inspires people to bring their best selves to work. Then there are authentic leaders. The authentic leader leads from genuine self-awareness. They are transparent. They admit their mistakes. They don't pretend to have all the answers. This vulnerability builds deep trust. The transformational leader builds on that trust with a compelling vision of the future. They challenge the team toward a greater common purpose. This combination inspires growth. It inspires innovation. It inspires people to become better versions of themselves. Finally, the charismatic leader. They excel at storytelling. They generate energy. They rally teams around a mission with passion and conviction, creating unity and excitement.